Welcome back to Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat. I'm Jason.
This is Alex.
This is Dennis.
And Dooley is not paying attention. Dooley's on a Zoom call. We have
There you go.
we have the lunch ladies from the Great Food Truck Race Season 12. The unfortunate runner-up. So we're going to get into that. You guys go ahead and say, Eli, say hello to the peeps.
What's happening?
All right, Jenny, go ahead.
Yo, yo, yo. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
And Nisa.
Hey, Fat Kids, thanks for having us.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, so 2 weeks ago we interviewed Mystica Masala. So we're trying to work our way backwards from the winners all the way down. So we're hoping to get Super Sope on here next week. So if you guys want to tune in for that fun shit, all right. So we want to get started with. We got some questions. We're going to start off with how did you guys end up on the Great Food Truck Race?
Basically, I was asked to submit a short email, and I just wrote, hey, do you guys feel like having a food truck with lunch ladies? I sent them a picture of us three, and within between 24 and 48 hours, we got a phone call from this woman. She was like, hey, you guys want to be on the Great Food Truck Race? And I was like, oh, I thought it was a joke, but that's how it happened.
So how did you, what prompted you to send the email? Like, did someone tell you about it? How did you find out about it? Like,
yeah, I got some friends that work at the Food Network and in and around that, and they were just like, it might be a good idea. And I was like, all right, I don't know. And I didn't tell Nisa, and I didn't say anything because I just didn't believe, these kind of things are like random.
Yep.
And
ours was a pop-up
I didn't
ad.
want to. Yeah, right, kinda. And I submitted it, and then they responded, and then I had to go to work the next day and be like, you guys,
This could actually happen.
This is actually an interesting proposition, and we jumped in with all our feet.
All six of them?
17,000 of them.
Well,
good.
how have you guys been since the show? I mean, obviously, it's been a while since it was filmed, and now since it's aired. Have you? I know things are kind of in a lockdown status. But have you guys been doing anything, for yourselves, or?
Well, Nisa and I are in the school kitchen every single day, pumping out thousands and thousands of meals for our community. We wish that we could rope Eli in, but he's in lockdown in North Carolina, because it would definitely make some of the prep work and the jovialness in the kitchen back in action. But
I know no one can see Eli's face, but he seems very pleased about the fact that he is in lockdown in North Carolina right now. Like, yeah, you guys got to do prep, and I'm gonna hang out down here.
I'm going to do giant air quotes digital marketing from home.
So
I love it.
So you guys are still going into school and working. You said you're feeding your community right now? So obviously I'm assuming schools are closed in your area, correct?
Yeah, 1-800 totally closed, but Nisa and I were asked as soon as they shut the schools to continue our meals program, and we really didn't know what that was going to entail.
That's all right.
Oh, we got some lag.
At present point in time, we are still in thousands and thousands and thousands of meals for our community. So
That's awesome.
it's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
I'm really glad you kind of lagged out there for a second, but like right where it got to the important part, you came right back in clear. It was perfect.
All right, cool. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. It was interesting. I don't know if you ever want to hear go back and listen to yourself talk. Like you're futuristic all the way.
Max Headroom.
Oh yes, I like it. Cartoon character.
We'll share. Do you believe?
So, overall, like, what were your thoughts of the show and like the other teams? Like, did you guys have fun? Was it kaboom? What?
Yes.
I'm assuming. Nisa, is that you?
That's me. Here I am.
Yeah, who's hammering?
Oh, that's my kids. They're baking cakes at the moment, so
Okay, cool.
they're trying to get the cake out of the pan.
I was about to
making
say,
buttercream,
at what process are they making the flour for the cake? We are. All right, so
Trying to get it out of the pan. Yeah.
Going back to that question though, like overall, like what were your thoughts of the show and the other teams? Like, did you guys have a good time? Was it your first time in California? You know, like what about Vegas? Just the whole experience. Did you guys have fun? Let's go through that.
I would say for me, lots of ups and downs and craziness. Definitely looking back, fun for sure. Good times, lots of fun people, new experiences. I'd been to, I think, all the places we went, but it was new going in this way for sure. And, being on the truck and trying to sell food to people in a place that I was very unfamiliar with. So,
well, you in particular, you had to drive the truck. Like,
yes.
was that part new? You may have been there, but obviously getting around in a large truck is a bit different than kind of going around in a car.
Ridiculous, especially starting in LA on those freeways with 8 million lanes of traffic and trying to maneuver the truck as it stalled on and off the highway. That was super fun.
Stalled, really?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, many times.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Well, you didn't let it show. I'll tell you that. Like you apparently do not crack under pressure, Nisa. You handled that truck well.
Definitely.
I made peace with my truck. I liked it.
Jenny, have you been to the? I know Eli, you've been to the West Coast. You live there. What about Jenny?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was in the only California experience I already had a hot minute at a really bad wedding in San Diego. So heading out in June to the West Coast was such an adventure for me. I'd never been anywhere really, and that was just so amazing. I mean, definitely wasn't looking forward to Las Vegas because I was like, how the hell are lunch ladies going to succeed there? But that succeeded my expectations. I loved everybody. I think we really lucked out. Our season had some of the craziest cats. We had a great time. I loved it. I had a flippin' blast.
What about you, Eli? Experience of a lifetime?
Man, the people on the other teams for sure are what made it. And looking back, it's just like, it's so funny to think of like the first week in LA and all this like trying to figure it out and figure each other out. And then, literally within a week, we start the beginning of an amazing journey and, lifetime friends. And I feel like everyone that like, especially made it to, that third stop in Palm Springs that y'all did, like, man, that like all those teams, just like such incredible people and just so much fun to really get to sort of play a part, but still like be yourself in that too. The magic of reality TV.
Yes.
All right, so we're a good segue because like we wanted to what was your as a group your first impressions of the other teams, like when like day one, like when we were all sitting in that room.
Oh yeah.
with the baklava. I will never forget that.
Right.
Dude, that was crazy.
I mean, hey, a good icebreaker. I'll give it to him.
I was definitely super over the Bachelors that day. I booed Stefan at one point. He said something misogynistic, and I just booed in that room.
And we definitely all when we saw Mystica, we all looked at each other and we were like, those cats are those people are interesting. We watched them from day one. I had a feeling that you guys hated us. I was like, they don't like us.
We hated everybody. What are you talking about?
I know.
We're competition. Until that last day where we kind of had our little party, I guess you would say, like our going away party. Like you guys were all competition. There was no time for friends. Now we can be friends. You know?
Dude, it was so funny. No, I mean, yeah, I know. It was funny. Eat my crust were crazy. I'm like, if you ask me to do one more bloody burpee, I'm gonna punch you.
I'm really upset. It didn't make the show, but at one point, like when Tyler had all of us doing burpees in the field, and we did them twice in a row. The first time, everybody did one. The second time, Dooley and I like kneeled and then stopped. Like, no, we're not. And like we were the only two standing up. I was really hoping that would make the show.
Get the cake out of the pan already.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought I was on mute.
You are not.
Yeah.
Nisa, you're not on mute. You're not on mute. Somebody help her get the cake out of the pan.
A lunch lady and a lunch mom.
Hilarious.
I better get some damn cake in the mail.
Yeah, serious, dude. Serious.
Be a little dry by the time it gets here, probably.
Vacuum seal it.
All right, so now we're gonna get into some harder stuff now.
No, but like, all right, you guys.
Okay, we're gonna.
Yeah, like speaking of like Mystica, like you guys were Fortuna. So you want to talk a little bit about the experience of you guys being like that was in San Diego. You guys were on a team together, and then in the last episode, you guys are going head to head. Like, so if you want to talk a little bit about that experience, like starting with like Fortuna, did you guys learn anything about them when you were Fortuna, and then going into the last episode, like where you guys were up against them, like? Did that give you any kind of angle at all?
I have to say the only thing that I was kind of glad we had been on the Fortuna team, we had to make one of their dishes in that last episode. And I had been on the truck when Naveen was making the sauce. So I felt like I had just a slight eye into what I was supposed to do beside the recipe.
Right.
They handed us a rough recipe, but so that was kind of good. But yeah, I don't know. I think we took what we could out of it.
Yeah, we actually, the first day of shooting, at the end, teams kind of broke off into minivans to go back. And we immediately chose them because they were going to In-N-Out Burger. So literally from the first day of filming, we were like, super tight frenemies, and we just kind of knew. We were like, these are going to be our rivals eventually, but we were so, like, we liked them so much, from the start. So yeah, it was like, we did learn a lot about them through the show. And the amazing thing too about that last, episode is even knowing so much, we had no clue what was really going on. And like that second day in Hollywood, they didn't make any money. Yeah. They were just like struggling all day. And we almost caught them. We were like 1,000 down or so, we were like, and we almost caught them. But yeah, you just never know. You expect so much from the other teams because you come to like really respect and love them. And then you just never know what's going to happen.
They got super competitive though on the last episode. They were like they got snarky at times. Like you thought they were snarky at the end, but they were like Naveen was like, "Rawr!" And I was like, all right, whatever.
Well, you guys were like, you remember you guys were talking trash in Santa Monica the first day. Like
dude, throwing shade.
Good luck, y'all gonna need it.
She threw such shade my way. And I was like, and at first I was like, did she really say that? And then I was like, whatever. But like Fortuna, when we did Fortuna, it was we really gelled. Like we just all put our heads down. It wasn't an ego in the bus. It was really cool. But the last episode, that was rough.
I really appreciate you guys leaving us with Bachelor's Kitchen and that shit. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
So,
you are not sorry. Don't lie to me.
When San Diego aired, all Team Fat Kid was like watching that episode, and we all had a real good laugh when he said, "Yeah, we picked Dooley because he has fine dining experience."
the biggest ruse ever.
Right? I listened to that. I was like, "Really?" Like, I only worked at a bar and a hotel. So.
Yeah.
I know, but, it's artistic license, Julie. Artistic license.
We lied. We lied about that.
Like, everyone's trying to get to know each other, and it's like, oh, hey, what do you do? Fine dining. Yeah.
All right. So when you guys got to the final table, and you had to smash the case right before you smashed it.
The case was made out of sugar, yeah? What was it made out of?
Yeah, it was a sugar dome.
A sugar dome?
So you had to smash it.
It looked like glass, kind of.
In that moment, like, what did you feel before you knew what was going to happen?
I don't need to speak for all of us, but I'm pretty sure all of us were 100% sure there was no money under that dome.
Totally. Yeah, we knew, I think, the first challenge on the first day when they were like, yeah, that's delicious. And then they gave Mystica the $400. We just knew in the back of our heads, we're like, nah, I don't know about this day. So, you know.
Steep hill to climb to come back on, yeah.
That's kind of how.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you know, if everybody's going to do the math, we only lost by $250, and they got $400 at the beginning.
Yeah,
we sold more again. Like
you guys, like, I want to go back to you guys' truck real fast. Like the truck that you had, I think represented like your brand the best out of every truck that was in the race. And then you guys, the way you sold yourselves, like your marketing, like, you know, lunch ladies doing this like incredible food, like that, like watching the show, because like, you know, when we're competing, like you don't see what everyone else is doing. And then getting to go back and watch the show and seeing like what you guys were actually doing, like I thought you guys by far did the best job marketing yourselves as lunch ladies, and your truck looking like a fucking school bus was amazing. Like that whole thing was like, I was like, yo, they're gonna be really fucking hard to beat. And I was like, there's no way we're losing to the Bachelors. And like, fuck me. Like that's how I felt like when you guys are like, you know, Mystica got $400 and like we're losing in a salad fucking challenge going up this in a sky tram. Like, fuck, man, how the hell are they pulling this shit off? Like,
I know, and you know, and the beauty of reality TV. I mean, there's so many little things that we had happen to us behind the scenes. Like, if it was like real, the whole thing would have been a lot different.
There's definitely a lot that no one gets to see.
Yeah, like when we were in Palm Springs, we spent like the second day. We probably spent the majority of the day driving, because like when we lost our spot the first day, we won't talk about why and how, but then trying to find a second location, and then it's on the other side of the city, and then we had to turn around and drive all the way back to get that damn agave from Tyler, and then turn around and drive all the way to the other side of the city again. I was like, shit, man, we were in Emerald City. We were fucking all over the place. We drove the majority of the day. Like, it sucked.
It's crazy, man. That whole thing was just crazy.
Yeah, that day was wild. We ran out of food that day and sat in the parking lot for 2 hours watching Mystica sell stuff.
Yeah, and they didn't even show any of that.
I know.
They didn't even show the real.
Man, you guys had 2 hours. You could have resupplied.
No,
we
but
weren't
you know
allowed to
what?
do anything. Our camera crew was on break.
Through lunch.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to do anything.
Oh shit!
And you know, and that's when we were all learning the ropes about when you could and couldn't shop and stuff. And sometimes the information wasn't very forthcoming. So like we learned a lot of hard lessons the hard way.
How long do we have to sell today? Till you're done. Well, thank you for that clarification.
I was like, okay, sounds great, you know. But I mean, the reality is that we all just, every single one of us, you know, we worked it. It was rough. It was a hard job every day, man. Kudos to all of us. We all did it. It wasn't easy.
There was a couple times where we probably would have made more money if we didn't buy so much product, because we didn't realize how short the selling day would have been. And like, fuck, man, like we really screwed. Like we still got fucking inventory, you know, and like, but that doesn't count. Like, can we get credit for the inventory on the truck?
So I got a difficult question, because I know that we really didn't get to try each other's food, and so this just might be based off what you've watched since. Mm-hmm. But what was your favorite dish from the show?
Wow.
I know, that's a tough one. It can be one of your own. It doesn't have to be. Like, just what... If you could try any dish from the show, what would it have been? Well, Eli?
Honestly,
I'm thinking
it may have been one of your burgers. I really think so, because we didn't try anything from anybody, but watching it, I was like, oh man, how did we not get a taste of that?
Yeah. Your burgers for real, and some sope. That's what I wanted. Your burgers and sope.
The sopes did look really good.
I wanted that, like, crab steak deviled egg.
Yeah.
The-
From Crystal's comfort
right?
food.
from
Crystals?
day
Oh,
one.
man.
Like,
Yeah, like when she did that and Tyler's licking the plate and was like, fuck, I want to try that shit too. Hey Tyler, how about you leave some on the plate for somebody else?
Right.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I
Getting a
think
little
I
fucking
wanted
greedy
some
here.
Dooley, did you just say you wanted some toast?
Yeah, bro. Like all that.
Can you give me? Can I
man.
get some of that avocado toast?
I have to
crazy.
say, it's going to be an awkward interview when we get them on the podcast.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird. Like I said,
Oh man, that's
like,
so
we're
funny.
working backwards, you know. And I'm really interested to see like how Bachelor's Kitchen does on the podcast. I think we're just gonna laugh our ass off. I think.
I
Oh,
think
yeah, that'll be fun.
I feel like there's gonna be a shitload of interruptions talking
Yeah,
about.
dude, it's just gonna be a nightmare to kind of control that shit.
Bachelor's Kitchen is us. It's just going to be like a frat party.
Yeah, basically.
Like, instead of one kutch from a beer, you're going to hear like six.
What was the name of our truck? Like when we had to team up because they were Fortuna and then there was Nemesis and we were something really stupid, Eloquence or
Eloquence.
something.
We were
Like,
Yeah, you were eloquent.
like how the
Yeah.
hell?
So funny.
How the
We're
hell?
so far away from that.
The frat boys ended up as elegance.
Dude, you guys should have been there in Vegas when we were doing the elimination, and we're up in the Venetian like presidential suite, and like the Bachelor's Kitchen were just like they were like college frat kids. They were like everyone was told, don't go touching anything, don't go in the beds, don't go do this, don't go do that. John was in the bed. John was taking a poop in the toilet. Like it was like people were like, "What the?"
Weren't you in the bathtub with him?
Yeah, because
Oh
there
yeah,
was
yeah. But there was this thing.
Hey,
this
dude,
thing
you
happened.
gotta get it when you can.
See, what had happened was...
See, what had happened was, you know,
Yeah, I mean, it was a quickie before elimination. We knew they were gonna go.
Oh God. It was a great picture though. It was a great picture. You can check it out on Jen's what is it like friend me, what's that damn fucking shit called?
I don't know.
Oh, I lost it.
I don't know where you're going.
It's like a pay to see me kind of fucking, what's that shit called?
Venmo?
oh, OnlyFans.
There you go, Dooley. I know Dooley could pull it out. Jen's OnlyFans.
Dooley,
Hey, I don't have it. I've seen a lot of fucking memes about it though.
Yeah, that's what I don't have one.
I don't think Dooley has a problem pulling it out. It's getting it in.
That's hilarious.
Can I get a shots fired, sir?
I was
Can
about to
I
say,
get a
Dennis, do
shots
your job.
fired?
Oh God.
So I know none of you heard that, but we just had gunfire go off.
All right, so
4 times.
all right, let's
4
control
times,
this.
Herb.
Let's get back to the questions at hand.
Well, that was almost pretty much all we got. I mean,
So did we miss anything you guys want to talk about? Like, I mean, this podcast is all about you guys. Like, so I mean, we talk about ourselves enough on this podcast. You guys are like episode 102, 3.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you're episode 103. Season 3, episode 3.
Nice.
I think that we just lucked out, man. A, I think our season was really cool. B, I think that Nisa, Eli, and myself never realized that they were going to present us with a school bus. I think that we went into it like with Eli's sort of like be love mentality, and we went in really democratically, which we just never faltered from our mission. And I have no complaints, man. I mean, it was a magical experience. That bus was a special. Nisa was a badass. Eli and I were trying hard not to be the dumbasses in the short bus. It was just a great experience. It was just like all around. It was like so cool.
Is that what you called the car? You called the car the short bus?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we called it the short bus. Eli and I were always in the short bus.
That is fucking awesome.
how are we just now finding this out, by the way? Like, I mean, I know we weren't there the whole time, but we were there for 3 weeks. How am I just finding out it was a short bus?
I mean, Nisa would like tear off, and Eli would be like, "Let's go!" And I'm like, "Ah!" And like, there's like the two spazzes jump in the short bus and try to keep up with Nisa. Like she's like going 100,000 million miles an hour, and we're like, in our little hair dryer. I'm like, Oh, I got something funny. Remember the last episode, the last day? No, was it Venice? We were driving to Venice. And I looked at Nisa and Eli and I said, we're not letting Andrew or Naveen get first. We're going to lead the way the whole way. We're just going to get in their brains. And with Maria in the back seat and like, she was shitting in her pants. And I was like on the phone to Nisa, tear it, Nisa. And she'd be like, and like, we flew all the way to Venice and Andrew was pissed. But we got in their heads, and that, I got to be honest, I was like, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was
I have to admit,
we're gonna make this bitch a race for real.
I think Jason.
Oh, yeah.
I think Jason did that shit like half the time. Like literally, Jason would just look over at us and then pass us, and then we'd like Dooley and I would look over and just be like, "All right, well, we're going to the front of the line."
Yeah,
Seriously, every time.
The engine in our truck was awesome.
We had a plan, and like I was like, when I hit the blinker, Dooley's driving the follow car, and I was like, yo. When I hit the blinker, you get over and block for me so the traffic can't come up behind me, and I'm going to pull out and I'm going to fucking haul ass. and then when I hit the blinker to get back in line, you block for me again so I can get back in. Like,
That's so good.
Every time Eddie would tell us like an order to drive in, and sure enough, at some point I would see Jason like tearing up the
There's one point in fucking Glendale where Jason almost missed the turn and flipped the truck.
Almost, yeah. I got on two wheels sideways. Like I was like, oh shit.
Oh, I remember that.
Like,
Right behind him, I'm just going, oh shit. Like,
Dooley, you're completely forgetting L.A., where he completely missed the exit and kept right on driving because he wanted to be at the front of the line.
well,
For real?
because I passed everybody. And I was right behind Eddie, and he was like in a silver van. And then all of a sudden, like I lost Eddie in the traffic, and there was like 6 silver fucking vans, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like which one's Eddie's?" And then Eddie, then I saw him. He was like way off, like on the exit. And I was like, "Fuck me, dude!" And, like everybody left, and I'm like GPSing, like while driving the truck, like fuck me. I never plugged it in. I was just like, I'm just gonna follow Eddie, and then I was like, "Oh shit! Like where am I going?" Like. While driving this big ass truck, I'm plugging that shit into Google Maps. Like, all right, bitches, here we go. LA on my own in a food truck.
Dude, I don't know how you guys did it. I don't know how you guys drove those trucks in LA, man. It was crazy.
Did you guys see my side windows pop open on the highway in LA?
Oh, dude,
That was one of the worst moments driving that truck.
when the mirror like folds in, like because like I would push it out. And we were driving down the interstate, and I'm hauling ass. I'm doing about 70. I'm not gonna lie. And then, like, all of a sudden, the side view mirror like slaps into the fucking window, and it's like, shit, I can't see anything behind me.
So brutal. So brutal.
shit in Palm Springs, like driving that one fucking road.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, what was it?
In the desert.
The wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking wind.
Oh, yes.
I had the windows down and the passenger, like the slide door open. And I'm just getting pelted with sand, like
With
as
the
it's
sand.
coming in the wind,
So
and it
much
felt like it was
sand.
gonna blow the truck over. Like it's tilting to
hot.
It's tilting to the right, and I'm just like leaning to the left, like come on, we're gonna do this shit. Fuck it, like and all the damn windmills. I felt like the windmills were the problem.
Yeah, that was rough driving in there.
How did you guys feel about the commissaries?
Yeah, shit. Oh man, LA stunk
I
so
like
bad.
the LA commissary the best.
It was the nicest, but it smelled so bad.
That smells
Yeah.
so
They're just
bad.
like, oh yeah, man, just dump your gray water right on the ground. I'm like, oh my god, do you guys know what our gray water is? It's bacon fat.
Dude, our gray water was so fucking horrible.
You remember in Palm Springs when we dumped it? And it stunk every fucking thing up? Like,
It was all up in the fucking gravel shit and everything.
What? Palm Springs, was that the campground?
Yeah.
No way.
yeah, that was the campground.
Yeah.
But the
Dude, that was
whoops. Technically, I think the commissary was the.
The commissary in LA was the nicest one. And that's where we went shopping.
Well, like the commissary
inside,
of Palm
they had like
Springs.
the store.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The commissary of Palm Springs was the campground. That was just
Yeah,
where we parked
it-
them every night. The commissary was.
No, that was our commissary. And then when we were in
Was
San
it-
Diego, we had that weird one where the dude owned
That was the
like
one where it was
the dude
uphill.
owned like 80 fucking trucks. That one guy whose name
Yeah.
face
Oh,
was
yeah.
on the side of all the trucks. Like,
That's what I'm thinking about.
how the hell do you own like 80 food trucks? Like,
I don't remember the San Diego one. Where was the San Diego?
That was where that woman, we met that woman right next to us, Mia or whatever her name was, and she was like all about it. She wanted to talk to us the whole time.
It was the one where you had to go uphill to get into it, and then the propane was across the street.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I remember.
That
was crazy.
Everybody scraped their truck on that driveway. Like, I don't think anybody made it in and out of that driveway without hitting the tailgate because it was so steep you couldn't get the trucks in.
That was like that in LA too.
Ridiculous.
I still remember Crystal's Comfort Food when they got eliminated in San Diego and they went to the commissary. Like, homeboy he scraped the shit out of his front and his back pulling in. He was like, I don't give a fuck, I'm leaving.
Yeah. I'm out of here.
They were
the bumper
so
was
pissed.
all fucked up and shit.
All right, so I got a great question. And you guys can say whatever you want. Like, we have very thick skin. What did you think about us? Like, honestly, like as competitors, as like being up against you. Did you guys think like there's no way they got a chance in hell? Like, and be brutally honest. Like,
We're watching.
No, I thought you guys had a chance, man. I just thought I thought you hated me. Every time you got wasted, come up to me and you're like, no fucking lunch lady's gonna beat me. I ain't gonna get beat by no fucking lunch lady. Lunch ladies suck. What? You stupid lunch lady? I was like, and I'd go like to Nisa and Eli, I'd be like, he really hates me. And they're like, no, he's just wasted.
You remember from that picture that I think you posted on Instagram, and like Jason's sitting next to you, and then he just like does a gun motion bullshit. Just
yeah, I saw that. I was like, nice move, asshole.
Don't worry.
Ridiculous.
He is good at being an asshole. I can tell you that. You don't have to be his enemy. He is good at being an asshole.
I just thought it was so funny because I was like, I just thought it was hilarious. I was like, holy crap, he really, really hates it. And Eli was always great. He's like, be loved, Jenny. Be loved. Everything's great. Be fine. Just be loved, Jenny. I'm like, the dude's he's like, he's a fucking pit bull. He hates it.
Be loved. Fuck the lunch ladies. Just be loved, Jenny. Just be loved. Just be loved.
That's all Eli said.
That's him all the way. Like,
Gotta stay on brand, you know?
No, and it was great. I mean,
look at Dooley's shirt. I quoted that.
It's so funny. I loved it. And then, I mean, I knew you guys were competitive, but I was just like, you'd get so wasted and then just like come for me, and I'm like, oh, okay, hi. I fucking hate you. I'm like, okay, bye.
Oh,
then Palm Springs comes around. We're like, hey.
Well, it was only on the last day. We hated everybody
so
until the last
funny.
day.
and it wasn't just you. Like, I treated everybody the same way. Like,
No, I get it.
We hated everybody.
Shit was like, with Super
like
Soap.
that's how I talked to
everything
Super
just-
Soap. At least I gave you words. I just did that. to him.
No, every time we drove past Super Soap's truck,
I was just
like,
giving him the finger the whole fucking time. Like, I would pull up beside him. Because our truck was obviously faster. And like, I would pull up beside him and I would honk the horn. And when they looked over, I would just give them the middle finger and then pass them. Like,
Oh my God,
at least I spoke to you, Jenny.
that was so funny.
When Alex went to go count money and everything, I was like right next to Super Soap's car, and Karina and Priscilla are just sitting there, and I'm just looking over at them, and I just went,
Double barrel middle fingers. Double barrel middle fingers, like, and get it.
Going like 70 miles per hour on the highway, just
Oh my God. So who counted the money again for you guys?
that was me.
You counted the money.
Yeah,
I hated elimination.
I got out of cleaning the truck. It was beautiful. Man.
Our truck was, like, we spent so much time in the beginning cleaning our truck, because when we got it, it was disgusting.
Ooh, speaking of cleaning the truck, when you were driving down the highway, did your like drip pans ever sling out of their holders? Did you ever get to your location and then just find like a shit ton of grease on your floor?
I think Eli, remember that one time where like we pulled in and Nisa was like, check what we didn't tie everything down. It was a poop show in there. But then we got really anal and we cleaned up really good. Like we just
But our
got
steam table leaked the whole show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it would, because of the angle, it would leak down right in front of the frylator. And which, of course, there was like grease spitting out of. So you'd get this, and it was right at the back door, too. So, like, the top of the steps you'd be going in and out was just like
slippery as shit.
Stream of grease water constantly.
I think it was the last stop in Palm Springs. Like, Jason hit a bump or something, and the grease trap flew out. So we're literally just skating around in the fucking kitchen area.
That was why we had. That was why we had a bungee corded. It still came out.
It still came. Yeah, like bacon grease just all over the floor. And
I think Panda was our cameraman, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna stand right here. Like, I'm not getting into all that fucking bullshit." Like, he's hopping on top of the counter to fucking get shots and everything. He's like, "I'm not."
Dooley fucking saved him. Like, he almost fell out the back door, and Dooley reached out and grabbed his shirt and pulled him back in the truck because he was trying to get the angle, and he kept backing up, and the back door was open, so he was standing on the edge, and then he tilted back and was falling out of the fucking truck, and Dooley at the grill, cooking a burger, reached over and just grabbed him by his shirt and pulled him back in the truck.
Oh my god!
It wasn't even second Nate. It was just get no.
Just pulled him
I
back
kind
in.
of saw leaning.
I love how in
So
the
who
same
was your
city.
producers?
Our producer was Eric.
Yeah, the whole time we were there, it was Eric.
Yeah, but I love how Dooley. Not only did you save a cameraman, you fell in a cactus in the same city.
Yeah. Oh, wait,
And then Dooley blamed
y'all
me.
don't know about that, do you?
Dooley fell into a cactus and then blamed me for it.
Yeah, go ahead, Dooley. Tell your story.
But I'm trying to look see what the fuck people are doing and shit like that. And Jason's standing right outside the doorway of the truck, and I'm trying to get around him, and then I just slip off this rock, and my whole hand goes into a cactus, and I have one in my, I think it was one in my shin, and then there's one in my middle finger that was
Under the nail.
an inch, under the nail, an inch in. So I asked,
This
what's
is
his
Dooley's
name?
elimination story. He's standing there
Yeah.
bleeding from his arm. He had one in his forearm. These bitches were 2 inches long. He had one go under his fingernail. He had one in his shin and one in his forearm.
I love how upset you look. By the way, I'm upset that I missed it. You look horrified that he fell into a cactus. I think it's hilarious. I'm just upset I wasn't there. Jenny feels bad for him. She's like, "Oh my god, that's all." And I'm just like, "Man, I missed it. I was counting money."
But then,
Who was the DA that, Brian?
yeah,
Yeah, he came over. He was like, here's some stuff. And then Jason's like, dude, I got a knife. I was like, fuck it, I'll take the knife.
yeah. We're gonna. I had a pocket knife. I was like, "Yo, we're just gonna cut this shit out, bro." That's all there is to it.
So I just went.
But then he's yelling at me. He's like, "You standing in the doorway, and I slipped into a cactus." And I was like, "Bitch, safety words. All you had to do was say behind. I would have moved. You fell into a cactus on your own. Don't get pissy with me."
Kitchen 101, right?
Behind, I would have slid out the way. But no, you tried to squeeze your big ass between me and a cactus in the doorway of a food truck.
I just love how you went from complete gangster, I'm going to save your life. You're not falling out of this truck, to I'm going to fall out of the truck into a cactus.
Yeah, that's basically how it happened.
So
Same
hilarious.
city, same day.
Crazy.
And the thing is, right after all that shit happened, Tyler starts walking up past the trucks and everything. He's like, "Hey, how y'all doing?" I'm like, "All right, scratch this shit off my bucket list, fell on a cactus." He's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fell on a fucking cactus."
Tyler's like,
He's
"Well, you haven't been to California unless you fall into a cactus."
Check off the bucket list. Heard that.
Oh my god, I love it. So good.
What was your favorite city?
Okay, and
Dooley, I'll let you finish in a minute. No one cares about you. You're here all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, we only get lunch ladies for a little bit.
What was your favorite city out of all of them? Obviously, you had to do LA twice, but what was your favorite?
That
Santa
one,
Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
By a landslide.
Nisa, is that you too? Santa Barbara?
Santa Barbara all the way.
All right.
Mystica said the same thing. They said Santa Barbara, and so we missed that by 2 episodes.
Why was Santa Barbara your favorite?
The hotel was bomb. It was like this retro, like Red Robin hotel that they like just made. They kind of like pimped it out, but really like simple. The food was great. They had like free wine, free shishito peppers. The pool was sick. Everybody, we had, how many days did we have off, guys? Like 4 days in a row?
2.
Get an extra day because of
It felt like 4. It felt like 4, yeah.
2. It felt like 4 because we took days off.
But it was like
For 4th of July, yeah.
it was sweet, man. It was
The
like
weather
I was going to say, the weather was also
After that
amazing
heat?
after Vegas.
yeah.
Palm Springs and then Vegas was like
Oh,
10
yeah.
degrees of 115. And then we went to Santa Barbara and it was like 70s, 80s during the day.
Yeah, it was
At
amazing.
night. The food, I mean, the produce, everything's so fresh there.
Okay, so
It was-
real fast, did anyone stuff shishitos in their pockets and use them on the truck? They're free, man. They're free. I'd have
They
been
were
shoving
so
them bitches
good.
in my pockets. Like we have a green chili burger.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All we did was steal the little paper cups from In-N-Out Burgers. That was our
Oh,
big
yeah. That was our secret.
because we
Our
never
aioli.
we
For our
didn't
fries.
ever think about for our aiolis and our ketchup. So like we would like go to In-N-Out. We'd like, you going to In-N-Out? Oh, awesome! Can we come? And we'd go to In-N-Out and just like steal as much.
Stealing like a sleeve of paper products.
The little condiment, like ketchup condiment cups.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
tons of them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we stole so many of them. Like we'd be on the lookout and be like, yeah, can I have an animal style burger and 27,000 of those little cups?
Team Fat Kid does
thing
not
we were
induce or
driving,
condone stealing from In-N-Out Burger.
We were driving out of Santa Monica that first selling day. My truck stalled 5 times in a row, and at one point, all the little In-N-Out cups flew off of the shelf and were all over the floor. And I was like, no!
They were like gold dust. Honestly, gold dust.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Points for creativity on scavenging, though. I give you that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Trust me, we'd be like, oh, okay. Hey, Eli, will you go get me some ketchup? And he'd be like,
Thank God In-N-Out Burger's on the West Coast.
You know what's that's a good topic. What are your thoughts on In-N-Out Burger? Because I'm pretty sure the first time we went to In-N-Out Burger, Eli, you were on the way back from In-N-Out Burger. Are you a huge In-N-Out Burger fan?
We passed you on the sidewalk in L.A.
Are you
Yeah.
a huge In-N-Out Burger fan, or was it just for the ketchup cups?
That was before we even knew about the cups. No, I ate In-N-Out Burger twice before the competition even started.
All right, so
I never had it before. I loved it.
okay,
Yeah.
so we have an opinion. Nisa, what is your opinion on In-N-Out Burger?
I've always been a huge fan. Went to the original one, which I believe is outside Santa Barbara, years ago with a good friend from high school, and ever since I've been hooked. Animal style.
Okay, so our opinion on the In-N-Out Burger, and I believe that it is just a high quality bowling alley burger. It tastes like something you would get in a bowling alley, like
Addendum, because I feel like this part is important. We do feel like it is very worth the price.
The price, like what you're getting for the money is fantastic, especially in California.
Yeah,
But to
No
me,
doubt.
to me, I've been in a bowling alley that could rival their burger.
that's what I want. Honestly, it's like I want to feel like I'm in a bowling alley or maybe like a diner.
Yeah.
And it's like cooked on a flat top, but the ingredients, especially there, close to the Central Valley where they grow all that beef, it's like so fresh. It's the best fast food burger you can get out there.
It's probably farm raised, but we won't hate on that right now.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say Five Guys shits on In-N-Out Burger. Disgusting.
Yeah, we eat Five Guys here. My son loves Five Guys.
I think Five Guys is better than In-N-Out Burger.
I think. All right. See, now you're getting into like a price
100%.
difference, though, too. Like you gotta
Look
you
at
gotta
you.
weigh.
But you know us, man. I will pay for quality, hands over. Like, if it's worth it, I'll pay for it. You know what I mean? And I think that the Five Guys burger is worth the price you're paying for it versus an In-N-Out burger.
But you guys got to remember, we don't have any chain stores on the island. So like, we don't
not
have
my fault.
No. So like,
he's still hating.
Literally. But we don't have anything to gauge it on. So, like, an In-N-Out burger to us is like gold dust. We're like, what?
I had to fly all the way across the country for this bowling alley burger. It's awesome.
Seriously?
Hey, hold on, though. She didn't have to pay for the flight. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
I'd do that.
It took me
Again.
It took me 8.5 hours to get here for this burger. Tastes just like the one I can get down the street at the bowling alley.
I got a question. Eli, didn't you and Fat Kids ride together when you first got to LA?
Yes.
Yes.
Before LA, technically.
In Denver, we got on the same plane.
We're on the same flight.
Yeah.
And ironically, the PAs that were supposed to pick us up were on our flight, and instead of picking us up, they had to get another van, and someone else came to pick us up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Eli and Fat Kids rode together to the hotel.
I think Eli was sitting in front of me on that flight,
Yeah.
and I was fucking falling asleep, and I'm pretty sure I heard someone in front of me or next to me. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, this dude snores like a motherfucker.
Because all right, so
That was probably said more than once.
So Brian, the assistant director, was sitting behind Alex. Dooley and I were sitting next to the bathroom where the seats don't recline. From Denver to fucking.
Somehow, by the way,
Where am
I
I?
ended up with 2 seats. It was beautiful. I had leg room and everything. It was great. I'm not complaining at all.
You gotta think like my big ass and the fucking like those seats were shit.
Well, this was.
And me and Jason just.
This was what this was probably like a 24-seater plane. We're talking. This was like the pond jumper. This was the tiny plane.
The fucking prop plane bullshit.
Yeah.
I got to sit in the co-pilot seat in our little puddle jumper. Drive that shit.
Hold on, can you repeat that? Because you kind of cut out. Did you just say you got to ride in the co-pilot seat?
Oh yeah, when we left the vineyard, Jenny and I got to be co-pilot in our little puddle jumper.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie. A little jealous.
So like our flight back to Virginia, like we got back here like what was it, like 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that.
Duly, I don't fucking remember.
But
We got home and there was like a greeting party. That's about all I remember. Okay, it was dark.
like we're starting to land. Like we could see like the boats and everything like that. It's like all right, so we're probably going like a pretty slow speed for an airplane, and then we see like the actual like landing strip, and we're going like it seemed like 150, 200 miles per hour, and this dude fucking bounced 3 times, and then you could hear outside him skidding, and we're like, all right, NASCAR drifting over here. Like,
Keep in mind, this is like Dooley's 4th time on a plane. I don't even think that was our worst landing. I think going into Colorado might have been our worst landing.
No. It was definitely Bob Hope.
Was it Bob Hope?
Bob Hope is
You're
like
right, 'cause it was the second
we
flight.
came in Bob Hope. Eli might remember. We came in a little sideways, and we skipped twice sideways before
He kind of corrected.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
then
That
like
is one
the full reverse because we're running out of fucking runway. Like when we watched, I was like, oh look, we're at Bob Hope. Like, oh shit, we just passed the terminal. Like, it's like that shit was a little sketchy. And Dooley and I sitting in the back seat next to the bathroom that won't fucking recline. I'm like tucked in the window because I was like, all right, so it's me and Dooley, and I'm like, fuck, man, I have no room. Like, from Denver to Bob Hope, it was awesome. Me and Dooley got a little close.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I think Nisa and I were the last people to arrive in LA.
Yeah, we got
Yeah, I
there. We
think
got
so.
there super early. Like we got there like at noon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Eli texted us and we were like still on the vineyard. I feel like.
Yeah. I think we were
You
actually.
even left, yeah. I was like, I'm here.
And we're like, what?
But I didn't know that whole flight. I didn't realize. I don't know how I didn't put it together because I saw you guys wearing gear, but I didn't figure it out. And then we got picked up, and I was like, oh. And then I got there, and I saw crystals. Like, I went up to the room, came back down, and I saw crystals. I was like, 3 people, they must be a team.
Right.
So I just started chatting them up. So they were actually the first team I really met, even though we rode together.
Yeah, I mean, we rode in the van to the hotel, but then like we split our ways. Like,
but
like us being Team Fat Kid
again, frenemies.
Us being Team Fat Kid, we always are branded at someone in the group is always going to be branded. Like, I mean, it's
you know what's really sad is he's not lying.
Yeah.
Oh wait, wrong one. Sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't even know where it is.
Nope.
Like,
Nope.
It's the real deal.
That's amazing.
Somebody's always branded.
So like we rock our gear all the time, and like especially like here locally in Virginia Beach, like obviously we run into people that know us just because we've been in the industry so long, and then them seeing us like on a show, and then now like we actually like I sent the pictures to Eli. I don't know if he shared them with everybody else. We did actually purchase a food truck.
Nice.
Calm down, Jenny.
That is so cool. I want to see it.
Like it's like when Eli shares the pictures, as I don't have anyone else's phone number.
I got a video. I can always share that, but it's not even wrapped yet.
It's at the wrap place right now. We got I work with a lady whose husband owns a wrap company, so they're hooking it up.
You know, you haven't even sent that to me yet, right?
No, I know. I'm well aware of the situation.
That's brilliant, dude. So where will you guys cook at? Where will you guys cook at?
All right, so around here there's a shit ton of breweries. Like Virginia Beach is like the largest populated area in Virginia.
Okay.
It's kind of the East Coast, San Diego.
Yeah, and then a lot of Navy bases here, Army bases and things like that. So we're pulling the veteran card, and we're gonna try to get on base and do like the lunches on base and stuff like that. And then like with all the breweries at night, just get on the brewery circuit.
Dude.
And like Norfolk and Virginia Beach actually, it's a lot like California. Like the two cities actually connect. The only way you switch from like Virginia Beach to Norfolk is the street signs change from green to blue. So like you can literally like be driving down Virginia Beach Boulevard and the street signs just change blue and now you're in Norfolk. Like it's brilliant. It's crazy. So we're going to capitalize on the two cities connecting, coastal Virginia and Chesapeake. Again, Chesapeake I think touches Norfolk. It doesn't really touch.
It touches Virginia.
So they're all like it's a lot like being. Close your damn door, Dooley.
Damn it, Dooley!
Sorry, I had to pee.
So the cities all connect. So we're just gonna work these three cities to start with. You had to get permits for every city, of course. Everybody's got their hand out. But yeah, so we're gonna work the three cities and see what we can do.
That's awesome, man. Where's your commercial kitchen going to be? Like, where are you going to just prep everything on the truck, or what are you going to do?
No, my neighbors are Vietnamese, and they own a restaurant called Pho 79. So it's a pho kitchen, and they're super cool with us. They're big fans of Team Fat Kid. If you follow us on social media, you'll see like Pho 79 commenting on like on our stuff, and like they're willing to be our commissary so that we can use their kitchen, like like to dump our grease and all that. We can use their grease receptacles and their dumpsters and stuff like that. So they're super cool. That's a home run. Yeah, they're super cool. They've been supportive like since for like 3 years since they moved in. Like
they brought us like Wagyu beef. I mean, like they are in full support of Team Fat Kid.
Yeah, they're like, hey guys, you want some Wagyu? Like I'm not gonna say no. Like it's like. But like if you look at like the pictures like on our website and stuff like that, or our Instagram and Facebook, like when we did like when we watched the first episode, we were in their backyard. They got this huge pool, this big ass like shed and like TV and like surround sound outside. Like we were just chilling outside during the COVID social distancing outside watching the show. Like it was
brilliant.
That's awesome. They're awesome. They're a lot of fun. And like they actually do bring us a lot of product, like cases of oysters and like bags of snails and stuff like that. Like, you guys want some puffed up shit? We'll bring it to you. Like, and they just hook it up and like we do whatever we do with it, you know?
That's so cool. Congratulations, you guys. That's sick.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well,
we're creeping up on that hour mark. So this is like your time to shine, and I know Eli's got a lot to say on this part.
Before we let you go, this is obviously your 5 minutes. We want you guys to like do any social media plugs that you have, anything that you want the public to check out. Obviously, you know, if you guys are doing a public feeding program right now, is there any way someone can support that or anything? Like, plug all of that right now. And Nisa, I'm going to start with you, and then we'll work to Jenny, and then Eli. As he said, you probably have the most to say. We'll finish on you because you're a social media guy.
Yeah, I think I don't have too much to plug other than just, you know, check out all of our social media and see where we're going from here. I think that things are still unfolding and there's all sorts of craziness in our future. And at the moment, we are working to keep everyone fed here on our island. And again, if you follow links in our social media, you can find out more about that. And yeah, go from there. We're super psyched to check in with you guys and catch up. So fun.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Jenny, you want to add?
Yeah, definitely follow Lunch Ladies Food Truck on Insta, Twitter, and Facebook. There are a lot of really cool things.
Sorry, Jenny, I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's called the Insta Facetube Twitter.
Okay, well, that's our thing.
Sorry. So, my bad. I'll start again, shall I?
Yes.
At least he's not breaking character. He's just sticking with it, right?
Hey, and I'm so used to it. I know he loves me. No, I think that Lunch Ladies have a ton to offer. We're going to change the world one delicious meal at a time. Continue to think outside that lunchbox. You can also follow me on JennyDeVivo.com. I'm in the process of doing a few little exciting things on my own. But at the end of the day, the reality is that everybody needs to eat. Nisa and myself are going to feed these kids, and hopefully we'll get Eli on board and have our little Lunch Ladies food truck and kill it up out here.
All right, well, air quote Eli, Mr. Social Media. Let's see what you got to plug here. I'm sure you got a lot.
Yeah, don't forget the website.
Yeah. First and foremost, lunch-ladies.com. Of course, someone already had lunchladies.com, but we're pretty psyched to get lunch-ladies.com. Of course, we're on social, Lunch Ladies Food Truck, which is just too long for Twitter, so it's actually at LunchLadiesFT.
Don't worry, we know that. We know that feeling.
Oh, that Twitter handle. Why?
Right?
You're just too long. You're just too long.
Right, it's too much. Follow along, and really, I think, you know, at this point, you know, there's never been more need to feed kids real school food in the time of pandemic, and I think there's also never been a better time for people to actually understand what it takes to locally source food, to not count on giant national and global food chains. So we support No Kid Hungry.
We got to raise the roof over there. I know no one can see it, but Jenny's raising the roof. That's right.
Actually, you know what? No Kid Hungry, if you look at their iconography, it's kind of the intersection of Team Fat Kid and the Lunch Ladies. So
I like how you tie it together.
Support No Kid Hungry and follow the Lunch Ladies. We love you.
All right, well, guys.
I feel like I missed out on an opportunity. I wasn't sporting my new sweatshirt this whole time.
Yeah.
We greatly appreciate the support. And again, we thank all of you for joining us today. So again, for all of you out there listening, thank you. Give a big shout out to the Lunch Ladies. Woo woo! All right, Dennis, I hope your mic is on because you're ready to do this.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So thank you for listening, as always, guys. You can check us out on Facebook at
Team Fat Kid,
on Instagram at
Team Fat Kid Nation,
on Twitter
at Team Fat Kid 1,
and on YouTube at
Team Fat Kid.
Thank you for listening, and we'll join you guys next week.
You guys don't go anywhere. We'll talk to you when we close this out. Well, actually, Dennis is closing.